Back in my primary school days, an unsettling rumor spread like wildfire among us kids. The chilling tale revolved around a tragic incident, an incident that purportedly took place in the vicinity of a certain restroom. According to the whispers that echoed through the hallways, a girl had met an untimely demise near that very toilet. One ordinary day, I found myself in that infamous restroom alongside my friends. We stood in front of the sinks, washing our hands, fixing our hair, and engaging in the kind of chatter that only young kids can generate. Unbeknownst to us, the ordinary was about to take a supernatural turn. As we went about our business, something extraordinary unfolded before our very eyes. In the mirror's reflection, an apparition emerged. A girl with a visage of profound sadness. It was as if she was silently crying out for something. A jolt of terror ran through us as we watched her swiftly make her way into one of the cubicles, the door shutting behind her. In that heart-pounding moment, my friends and I were gripped by a paralyzing fear. They bolted out of the restroom, abandoning me in their wake. A mixture of panic and curiosity held me in place. Against all rational judgment, I mustered the courage to inch closer to the cubicle. With a racing heart, I bent down to peer beneath the door. To my astonishment, there was no one there. Confusion and trepidation gnawed at my senses, and without a second thought, I made a swift escape from that eerie place. When I reunited with my friends, their faces were ashen, and their eyes were wide with terror. Their version of events was even more unsettling than mine. They claimed that the girl hadn't walked into the cubicle. She had floated, her feet not touching the ground. That bizarre sight had propelled them to flee in abject terror. We all concluded that the ghostly figure must have been the very girl whose demise had sparked the rumor. The supernatural encounter cast an eerie shadow over the restroom and the entire school. And as time went on, it seemed as if the unsettling memory was bound to be woven into the very fabric of the place. As fate would have it, the school eventually faded away into the annals of history. In the heart of the town stood an old school, its history etched into the very bricks and mortar that composed its aging structure. The grandeur of the past was still evident in its architecture, a testament to a bygone era. Among its many mysteries, the most chilling was the fourth floor, a realm shrouded in whispers and tales that sent shivers down the spines of even the bravest souls. The school's auditorium, a majestic space, resided within a 4-story building, its uppermost floors cloaked in an air of secrecy. Students and teachers rarely ventured beyond the first 2 floors, their steps halting at the invisible boundary that marked the threshold to the unknown. Hushed rumors floated through the hallways, tales that seemed to be woven into the very fabric of the building. Whispers spoke of the 4th floor, a realm reserved for the past principals of the school. Portraits of these former leaders adorned the walls, their watchful eyes capturing the gaze of anyone who dared to look upon them. It was said that one could catch a glimpse of the supernatural, a portrait shedding tears of grief. A testament to a sorrow buried deep in history, the melancholic phenomenon remained a haunting secret known to a select few. Then there was the unsettling tale of the bathroom, a room that held a grim relic of the past. A spigot, once a simple fixture, had transformed into something more ominous. Blood, it was said, flowed from its tap, an enigma that defied explanation. The sight of such a phenomenon was enough to send chills down anyone's spine, a stark reminder of the eerie nature of the 4th floor. But the mysteries did not end there. Some claimed to hear haunting notes of a piano emanating from the uppermost floor. These sounds would drift through the air, reaching ears attuned to the uncanny, only to fade away as if carried on a breeze. Yet when one ventured to investigate, the source of the music remained elusive, a puzzle that remained unsolved and heightened the unease that gripped the school's inhabitants. The aging building itself seemed to exude a sense of foreboding. Its very age added to the tales that surrounded it, and its past whispered secrets that the walls held close. Perhaps the most chilling detail was the knowledge that the school was erected upon a land with a history of its own, a cemetery for soldiers who had fought and fallen during the tumultuous days of World War II. In the midst of an ordinary school day, an unexpected and unsettling incident unfolded, forever etching itself into the memories of all those present. The classroom bustled with the usual sounds of students shuffling their books and whispering among themselves, a backdrop of normalcy that was about to be shattered. Amidst this routine, a sudden change in the atmosphere caught everyone's attention. A young man, a student like any other, slumped in his seat, his shoulders trembling with an emotion that seemed impossible to contain. His sobs reverberated through the room, a stark contrast to the otherwise hushed ambience of the class. The teacher, concerned and compassionate, approached him, her voice gentle as she inquired about the source of his distress. "What's wrong? Can you tell me?" Amidst tears and gasps, the young man managed to find his voice. His explanation was as bewildering as it was haunting. He spoke of a funeral procession that was unfolding just outside the building, a sight that had brought him to tears. The description he painted was vivid, each detail etched with an authenticity that left no room for doubt. According to him, the procession seemed like a relic from the past, a mournful scene that had unfolded decades ago. The clothes, the vehicles, even the atmosphere, the entire tableau seemed to belong to an era long gone. It was as if a window to the past had been briefly opened, allowing him a glimpse into a moment that had faded into the annals of history. As his words hung in the air, a collective sense of unease settled upon the room. The notion that he might be lying was quickly dispelled by the earnestness in his eyes and the raw emotion that gripped him. The authenticity of his description lent credence to his claims. The incident remained a perplexing enigma, an occurrence that defied easy explanation. How had this student, in the midst of a modern classroom, witnessed a scene from the past? The line between reality and the supernatural seemed to blur in that moment, leaving everyone in a state of bewilderment.